Hi, everyone. Welcome and thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Michele Sharkey, and I'm the founder of the 49ers Academy. And until very recently, I was the executive director for the past 25 years. Joining me is my dear friend and Ravenswood City School District Superintendent, Gina Sudaria.
I'll try that again. Hi, everyone. As Michele mentioned, my name is Gina Sudaria, and I am the superintendent of the Ravenswood City School District. We are here tonight to introduce to you the new executive director of the 49ers Academy, Tahisha Vector. The 49ers Academy is one of our most trusted and important partners. Michele is leaving some big shoes to fill, but I couldn't be happier with Tahisha taking the reins.
Thanks, Gina. Before we get started, everyone, a few housekeeping items. First, thanks everyone for being here. And thanks to everyone who submitted your questions ahead of time. We actually got a lot of them. For those of you watching live, if you would like to ask a question on a topic that we don't cover here, please feel free to use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen, and we will do our best to get to everybody. Before Tahisha joins us, though, I wanted to share a little background and history on the 49ers Academy. The Academy is a nonprofit, not a school. I know a lot of you think that, but we are actually a nonprofit embedded in the public school system. So what does that mean? At the San Francisco 49ers Academy, we believe East Palo Alto youth deserve access to a future where limitless possibilities, opportunities, and dreams can be realized regardless of race, gender, or socioeconomic circumstances. Every day, we build connections with adolescents through a network of academic, family, and enrichment supports. Because when we do, 49ers Academy students are empowered to be engaged in school, reach their full potential, and achieve an academic, personal success in middle school, high school, and beyond. Before we bring Tahisha in, I'm going to do a quick history lesson on the Academy. We've grown a lot over our 25-year history. The 49ers Academy opened in the fall of 1996 as an alternative middle school program for the Ravenswood City School District. We have evolved over the years and have always adapted to meet the changing needs of our students and community. In 2014, to address the growing need for our services, we expanded our program to high school. In 2019, the Ravenswood School District consolidated all of their middle schools to one campus, and the 49ers Academy relocated to the newly formed Cesar Chavez Ravenswood Middle School. In 2020, the pandemic hit, we launched our family support program, and here we are today. I know that was short and quick overview, and so for any of you out there that want to learn more about our history, I suggest you watch the Power of the 49ers Academy video series, and you can find that on our website. For those of you who know me, you know the 49ers Academy has been my life's work. This has been more than a job to me. The Academy has been my family, my heart, my whole world for over a quarter of a century. When it came time for me to make the decision to hang up my hat, it was not one I took lightly. It was very, very important to me to find the right person to take over. And I knew we had to find someone with the right vision, the right experience, but most importantly, the right passion to lead this organization to our next phase. I'm so happy that we found that person in Tahisha.
Yes, over the past 2 years, Tahisha has served as the Academy's deputy director. She has dedicated her career to supporting others. Her educational background includes a BS in criminal justice and a Master of Social Work with a specialization in organizational management. Sounds like the perfect resume here. And so it is my pleasure to introduce to you Tahisha Vector.
Thank you, ladies, and hello, everyone. I am so appreciative of all the kind words that have been flowing these last couple of months. I'm truly honored to step into this role as executive director. And I want to just do a quick thank you to our board of directors and to Michele for their faith in my leadership. It's definitely a tough shoes to fill because Michele is a dynamic leader and I have learned a lot from her for these last 2 years. But I am up for the challenge, and I am so proud of to be a part of the 49ers Academy and my team who work very hard every day to really provide some impact in the East Palo Alto area. I'm just excited and ready to lead this organization to the next phase.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Tahisha. We are more than happy to have you with us, especially tonight. I'm just really excited for everyone to get to know you and meet you. So as you know, our guests out here have submitted a lot of questions. So let's just get right started. Gina, you want to start with the first one?
Yes, Tahisha, as you know by now, East Palo Alto is a unique and special community. What is your personal connection to this work, and what do you feel is unique and special about the Academy?
Awesome. Thank you, Gina. That's a very good question. I will go right in the bat and say from the get-go, I have been, and I do apologize for the dog noises in advance. I have been very much focused on equity. Equity has been one of the biggest drivers of my, not only my career, but just my life. I come from two Haitian parents and who have definitely instilled in me not only going above and beyond, because it would just be a little bit harder for me in the world, but also having an education to fall back on that. And so as I was going through my career, I've always had the focus of like, okay, our systems can do better. And that has just been my goal to try to do in everything that I work towards. And as for the Academy itself, I think, you know, I have worked with different organizations across the country. And there was just something about the Academy, the way Michele and Steve and Kendra described during my interview, how they worked with students that was just so authentic, but also real. And it really resonated with me of like, wow, I wish I had this when I was younger. People who actually took the time to understand me as a person rather than just a student. And so I just fell in love with that culture, and I wanted to see what kind of impact that I could bring to the Academy.
Awesome, thank you. So I know it's been a crazy year with this pandemic. So your next question comes from our guests. What are your plans to address the immediate needs brought on by this pandemic, meaning the gap in learning, and what are your ideas to support the schools and the students to make up their lost time?
Sure. I think that there are a couple of things that we want to focus, especially me. I think, you know, this last year, what has shown us, everyone, is that there's so much disparity across different lines, and how do we combat that, because it's so systematic and it's so at times feels unreachable. And I think it starts really right at the ground. I think focusing on not that the fact that there was a lost year, or quote unquote a lost year, but really tapping into where are those students' strengths, what can we do with each school site that we partner with to help them advance learning for students. And one thing that we did this year is really increase our tutoring support and partner with two different organizations to really get more people to support students individually as well as a collective. And we're also thinking through different ways that we can provide engagement support with our students, whether it's sitting down with certain teachers or sitting down with school leadership on what can work and not work, specifically with the students that we work with. I think that will be very beneficial and very helpful. You know, as I say again, we don't want to focus too much that, you know, that we quote unquote had a lost year, but like, how can we really re-engage students back into school, because so much change has happened.
Tahisha, with what you mentioned and acknowledging that change, so much change has taken place post-pandemic now, will the mission for the 49er Academy change now that we're coming out of COVID?
So currently the mission is still the same. It is our goal to work with each student individually and give them a path forward, whether that is a healthy transition between middle school and high school, and or high school and college, and or any career that they try to focus on. I think what the Academy will be doing in the next couple of years is how do we expand and really tap into more students that we can help on the middle school level, as well as how do we expand our alumni network? How do we work more with our alumni and set them up for success and set them up for a way to also give back to their community. And so those are ways that we're looking to expand the Academy's mission and be a part of that long trajectory that we commit to each student.
I can't wait to watch all that come. I love this question because I'm really curious too. You've been on the job now for just under 3 months. How's it going?
Overload. Okay. No, it's going pretty well. I think, with change, there are definitely things that we try to figure out on what fits and what doesn't. And I think right now I am so thankful that we have a pretty strong team, because without them, I wouldn't be able to move forward with a lot of the things that we want to see for the Academy. So I really appreciate their encouragement and their kind of side, like, you got this attitude towards me, because it's so helpful. And, for me, this is exciting. I do love what the Academy has done for the last 25 years. I also love the fact that the Academy has changed my approach on how I work with not only young people, but how I work with individuals, and gives me that, more sense of what is my passion and this is it. And so, I think with all the changes between COVID, coming back to school, all that fun stuff to figure out, that has been a little bit tricky. But for the most part, I've just received a lot of love and a lot of just warmth, which I'm just so appreciative of.
Well, congratulations on 3 months under your belt. There were a lot of questions that we received about how we support students after high school. What do you envision the role of the Academy post-high school? What is the Academy's role in mentoring, advising students for life beyond high school? And will your team be working to create an alumni network?
So that is something that is top of mind, I want to say, for everyone on staff. And I want to say first that we do, on a very high level, still support our alumni as best as we can. So if folks come in that need some, direction, if they're in college trying to navigate classes, and or, truly like going shopping for materials or whatever they need, we're here to support them. We are still looking into of how we can deepen that. This upcoming year, especially to celebrate our 25th year anniversary, we are thinking of events to bring back alumni and reconnect and get their stories. We're also going to be serving some alumni next year, just to understand where they are. It is our goal of ours to expand our programming past high school and work with, if we can work with specific universities and colleges, and to really expand our work there. So providing case management on site for students that need it is definitely something we're looking into. So our alumni piece is one of our biggest next goals for the trajectory of the Academy. I also will say that, in terms of just assistance and figuring out how a path forward when the students are gearing up for college, and or anything beyond that, we're looking at creating just a specific position for that within our high school team, and really tapping in and providing healthy plans and goals for our students as they walk in as they figure out their next steps. It's something we're currently doing now, but at the same time, we want to expand our capacity to do it in a way that's more impactful.
Awesome. I love hearing about all the plans for the alumni. I'm going to bring it back down to the high school level. This is a great question from one of our parents, but how will you build a pipeline to college?
So I briefly mentioned that we are looking into working with certain universities and colleges. Prior to the pandemic, we really had a plan laid out to partner with San Jose State to do a college access pipeline. And we are looking to revisit that. Unfortunately, the pandemic put everything at hold because everything was kind of a question mark. But that is a next step to go back to universities like San Jose State and discuss not only the student population that we work with, but also how do we provide support in a real healthy way. Also looking at two-year colleges as well and forming connections there. There's connections to be made in different levels with the students, but also with families. I think it's very important that we try to encompass some part of family support and empowerment as we talk to these universities to really see how they're inviting families, seeing how they're also providing education to families of what to do and how we can support that. We've seen the impact that we've had at our high school program in providing support and insights on what families and students that we work with. We want to bring that same element to that level.
Tahisha, over the last 2 years and now 3 months as executive director, what have been some of your most rewarding moments working with the Academy?
Sorry. There have been quite a few. I have to say, definitely being on campus is a lot of fun and it's very energizing. I know earlier in this pandemic when we didn't know what was exactly going to happen and we were able to produce learning hubs and I got to come on campus and meet those students. That was just so energizing to me. It was just, you spend a couple of months doing this work and not having interaction with young people, it kind of loses its drive a little bit. And so coming on campus for me really reignites my mission and my passion. And so I love that piece and also working alongside my team. I have really great people on staff who I love collaborating with. And getting to know their little personalities and their different ways of strategizing is also fun and sometimes hilarious because we do have our own style of doing things. So this has been for me the first place where I've been able to come as my whole self. And it's also the first place where I have worked with people, majority people of color. So that also brings it in a different element and excitement.
That makes me very happy. And I agree. I mean, I think early on with the learning hubs, just being able to come and see the kiddos it's why we do what we do, right? I'm switching gears. I have one of our guests wants to know, I know we all have, the Academy has a reputation of doing really fun events. What changes to the fundraising events do you foresee in the future?
For right now, I think we're focusing on, for this next school year, doing one big event, which is geared towards our 25th year anniversary. And for the future of the events of the Academy, while there still will be there, they might look a little different and might have a little bit more context around, what we're doing on the ground level. But for the most part, things are not really changing that much. Our events are a key of what we do at the Academy. However, my style might be a little bit different than what everybody's used to, but it's definitely still going to be at the forefront.
I can't believe it's been 25 years, but after more than 25 years of action and growth, the 49ers Academy seems to be in a healthy and strong place as an organization. And so what is your vision for where the organization needs to go from here?
Yeah, I think, for the very first thing is definitely we want to serve more students. For those who are not familiar, our caseload really starts at the middle school level. We really work to build that. And as we try to work closely with Cesar Chavez Middle School and leadership, we definitely want to bring more opportunities to those students school-wide. So I see definitely more students on our caseload, but also expanding and providing workshops for families, specific workshops for students around high school transition, bringing in more skill building elements like financial literacy, as well as having a more community service aspect, so that students are able to practice their skills when giving back to their community. I also see us, again, expanding the alumni space and really bringing that piece into its own singular program. I also see us bringing in more partners. One of our key successes has been our partnerships and our ability to cultivate partners. And that is something that I see us continuing and actually growing stronger.
Well, thanks, Tahisha. I'm so proud of you. And I'm really looking forward to just watching your journey as the new ED. And for all of you guys watching, we decided to check out our little webinar, little tricks of the trade, and we're going to do a little poll for you guys. So I would love everyone to take 30 seconds. And if you had one chance to be more involved with the 49ers Academy, how would you like to be involved? Join our 25th anniversary committee, volunteer with kids, schedule a one-on-one meeting with Tahisha to learn more, make an introduction for Tahisha to your network. If everyone could just take a second and do our poll, that would be amazing. And we'll give you a minute or 30 seconds. I feel like this is where we need our Jeopardy music. All right, let's see what we got here. Do we have the results? Oh wow, we're right down the middle. We got join the 25th anniversary committee, volunteer, and schedule one-on-one meetings. So we will be following up with all you guys. So thank you for participating. As we wrap things up, I have one question for you, Tahisha. I know there are a lot of people out there watching tonight, our supporters who are probably thinking the same thing or wondering the same thing, but how can all of us help you and help the Academy?
Sure. I think, definitely what was on that poll is the first step. We are definitely looking for people to join our 25th anniversary committee and volunteer and help plan events. It's our year of celebration of all the good work that has been done. We are, I am booking myself, so I am happy to meet with people individually and get to know not only the community, but folks who are new to the Academy and who want to support. When the time comes and we're able to, definitely want to invite folks and to come see our school sites and to see our programs. And there is plenty of room to volunteer. Our new program, our Family Student Support Program, is actually right now looking for volunteers. So if anybody would like to join, please let us know. And we will definitely connect you to our folks. And also, introducing me to people around the network. so around your networks or folks that you feel like I should know. I have had a great time meeting new people these last couple of months.
Yeah.
And folks just keep coming in and I love it. And so any new networks or any new people that you think that would be a great group of folks for me to meet, that would be awesome.
Wonderful. Good. Well, that's all the questions we have.
Oh, that was easy.
Well, I know I speak on behalf of Michele and Tahisha and want to thank everyone who took the time out of their busy schedule to be with us tonight, even those who will tap into watching the video as well to learn more about Tahisha and the vision she has for the Academy. We hope you all agree that Tahisha is a wonderful choice as the new ED of the 49ers Academy, and we are so excited about Tahisha, and I hope you are as well. So thank you everybody for joining
Thanks,
us.
everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
For your time.